I've said it before and I'll say it again. Pack up day equals rain.
Sounds like it's raining icicle pellets.
Oh yeah, it's hail, I think. Little ice pellets out there.
It's been so long I couldn't even remember the word for hail.
Hail.
Hail. It's like flash flooding.
There is a giant wash that you have to pass to get out of here, but luckily it's only supposed to rain for an hour and it's not even raining, it's hailing.
I still get a little nervous. I mean, it's like we should just hurry up and leave, right?
Well, I don't want to pack up in this. This little storm system looks like it's been brewing for a couple days, and we've been really lucky in the Arizona winter where it's been sunny and warm and really nice, dry. And all of a sudden, past couple days, it's been windy, cloudy, and you could just see this thing brewing. So after 16 glorious days looking at the Catalinas out our windows, we're finally ready to get out of this state park and head on out. Luckily, it has stopped raining. It's not too bad out there, but we only have about a 1 hour drive today. We were thinking about going to Gilbert Ray Campground by Saguaro National Park. We've actually never stayed there before, but instead, we're gonna do Diamond J.
One of our favorites.
Well, we've only been there once. So the unique thing about Diamond J is that it backs up to the exact same trail system as Gilbert Ray. It's only a couple miles via the Crow, and it's super close to a lot of stuff in Tucson.
Yeah, Tucson is actually a spread out city. So we're going from the north end down to the south end. We hit our 16 days here, as Aaron mentioned, and I am ready to go. I've got the itch to leave. It feels like we've been here a little bit longer than what we would normally like. Had a little sickness, struggling with some allergies. We were inside a little more. We didn't really get to fully explore. So the 16 days ended up being a really good thing.
Good. How'd she do, Louie? How'd she do? Extra benefit of the rain is snow up in the mountains. Isn't that beautiful?
Isn't that beautiful? And refreshing. It's so crisp and cold out here.
Catalina. Wow, once again, what a phenomenal park. If you haven't ever been here, put it on the list. It's a good one, but new adventures for us. Heading to Diamond J. The secret to Diamond J is they have dry camping there that they don't really advertise on their website, but it's pretty beautiful. It's right up to the trail system, and it's $18 a night.
Doesn't it always feel good to know that you know about like a secret menu option?
Yeah, it does feel good to know about the secrets.
It's a secret menu.
And one of the most recommended museums in this area is the Sonora Desert Museum, which we've never been to. We've driven by it, and we're excited to check that out. The dogs are a little upset that we're leaving this fun nature preserve here in Catalina State Park. They loved all the wildlife, all the trails, and everything.
They had so much fun because they got to smell coyotes, they got to smell horses, and all of those little ground squirrels kept them activated and stimulated all day, every day. They've just been sensation overload.
Only a 30-mile drive today as we leave the park here, and you can see there's a little bit of traffic heading into Tucson. Oh man, I love this place. $18 including tax per night.
I always like it when the tax is built in because
Yeah.
that tax can sneak up on you, can't it?
Yep. Oh, there's the little trail system right here with that little sign that heads out into the desert.
Which, let's just say those trails are really the main attraction here for us.
Yeah.
We love them.
So this is a nice little RV park. It has full hookups for $40 a night. I think they do monthly rates as well. A lot of people like to spend, a month or more down here.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a great spot to winter.
yeah, it's a good location. It's a nice RV park. It's doesn't have a pool or anything, not a lot of amenities. It's more about the trails if you like hiking, walking, biking.
Hiking, biking, walking.
Hiking, biking, and biking.
So yeah, and we're doing the unplugged section, but they also do, what did she say? It was $20 if we wanted to dump and fill? Or was it
Yeah,
a different?
I think it's $10 to dump, $10 for water or something like that.
It's pretty standard in some spots. Look at the sunshine is coming out for us.
Yep. Well, we got a beautiful little corner site. This is our type of dry camping in an RV park. 18 bucks.
18 bucks. Steal the deal.
Privacy.
And I've got to give it to Aaron because, we're pulling up here. He's like, I'm going to go check out the sites and see which one we want. I'm waiting. I'm sitting in the driver's seat, kind of picturing which site I think looks the best. The one that's the longest, the one that's like really close to these beautiful cacti right there. And Aaron comes back and he goes, all right, let's try spot number 1, which is what we're in right now. And then I go, really? Looks really small and
Let's try the smallest one.
crushed into the bushes. Like, I think I even said, are you sure that's the one you want?
Yeah, and then I go, are you sure you want the one in the middle? That's not private.
So then we get in here, we fit barely in here. Like, this is where the 33 foot, or as Aaron called it the other day, the 30 foot, 36 inch RV. That's where this really shines. We just plugged right in here, didn't have any feet to spare. Our truck barely fit in here. Didn't have room for a long bed. I'll say it over and over. We don't have room for a long bed.
Yeah, if we had the next size up RV, let's just say a 35, 36 footer and, a foot longer truck, we just wouldn't have fit in this spot, which, wouldn't have been the end of the world, but we like these little corner spots.
We do. So now that we're in here, we love the privacy of these bushes. When at first glance they look kind of haggard, they don't really look beautiful, but then you're in here and it's like we have these beautiful sunlit, shady, breezy privacy bushes. It even adds a little bit of flair. And I hate to say it, but dang it, Aaron, you were right again.
So we're planning to spend about a week here at Diamond J. We're going to have to get back into dry camping mode because we've been plugged in for almost 2 weeks. So now we got to conserve water. Make sure electricity's doing well, and really get back to the real deal.
And it looks like we're going to have a nice mix of weather. Some cold, some rain, some hot, 80 degrees. We're going to be just getting a nice smorgasbord of a weather experience.
I like this place so far. Good vibes.
Good vibes.
Good vibrations.
I almost started belting singing, but nobody wants to hear me sing good vibrations.
You can really tell we're getting closer and closer to summertime here as the solar is going like up and up. 1,500 watts pumping out of our 2,700.
That's like a high number that
we haven't seen for a little bit.
It's nice to see it. I saw it and I was like, oh, 1,500 watts. We're crushing the sun right now.
Yeah, so that's really nice. Obviously we starting at 100% coming from the campsite. But, we're going to be able to do a little top off on the water heater, electric. We're going to do a quick lunch, burn some air fryer time.
Yeah, luckily we have some leftovers that I like to reheat the leftovers in the air fryer. It's really quick, it makes it really good, and it's fast and easy. So travel days, having an easy lunch upon landing is always nice because it's a little bit later than what we normally try to eat at, and then we'll have more of like a normal dinner at dinner.
So there are actually two RV parks right here. We're staying at Justin's Diamond J, and then right next door is Desert Trails. And that's exactly what we call these trails right behind the two RV parks, is the Desert Trails. They are such a great amenity to wake up and watch the morning sunrise.
It doesn't get any better than this. You know, we talk a lot about how we start every morning with a walk, the four of us with the dogs, and it's the best part of our day. Now, when you have this as your backyard to get those walks in, it is just extra special. Places like this is what makes us love the RV life, because we get to experience these destinations that on its own, this is worth coming out to see. And talk about having slow mornings. When you're out here, we don't rush the clock unless we have to, and we just try to really give this morning walk every ounce of attention we have, because it's arguably the best part of our day.
So we've been in this area a couple times, and believe it or not, we have never been to the Desert Museum. And that is something that everybody says we have to go check it out.
It is the #1 attraction on TripAdvisor. And like Aaron said, everybody recommends it. It seems like a super special place because it's this fusion of a zoo plus botanical gardens plus an art museum plus a natural history museum. It's almost 75 years old and we're right here. So maybe this walk won't be the best part of our day because we actually have something special today to go see and play tourists.
So those of you that have stayed at Gilbert Ray Campground, it's just a couple miles down these trails. And if you stay there, you actually get really close access to the Desert Museum, only a couple miles away. We're like 10 miles, not even 10 miles, but
it's a 20-minute drive from here, which is really nice. Tucson is a large city. Like, depending on where you're at, it can take an hour to get from one place to another place. So 20 minutes is great. Here we go, we're walking. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Wait. The worst part about the trails, at least what Louie says.
Wait. Good thing I have gloves on. Oh.
That was a big one, Louie.
It's still in there. Wait. I need help.
Short 15-minute drive from the RV park. We've actually been here one other time, but we really didn't go in. I think we used the bathroom once 5 years ago. But this place is pretty unique. It's almost 100 acres. It's primarily all outdoors, so it's a little bit, more of an outdoor experience instead of just going inside, but they have inside stuff too.
Yep, 85% outdoor, so it's very connected with nature. There's a lot of people that come through here. Right now it doesn't seem too busy. I'm interested to see how much these parking lots fill up.
It's 10 a.m. in early March.
On a Tuesday. There are some school buses here, and a lot of children come here on field trips. I read 35,000 students come here each year, and 400,000 total annual visitors. That's a lot of visitors.
I really didn't do any research on this, and we're not big fans of zoos. It's not really that fun for us to go to a zoo type environment and watch the animals behind the cages and things like that. But this particular zoo is supposed to be special, where they have really recreated the outdoor environments of the natural habitats of the animals here.
Yeah.
And it's all about the Arizona Sonoran Desert. So it's all local habitats.
Yeah,
here.
I would actually be interested to learn. I'm sure there's several different kinds of zoos out there where some are just touristy and we do feel bad for the animals that are held captive essentially, while others may be really geared towards preserving endangered species and animals and
Rescued animals.
keeping them alive and thriving. So I don't know where this falls on that scale that I just made up in my head, but I'm sure that scale exists.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to learn a little bit more about it.
I'm excited to learn about the cacti because we've really been enjoying our winter here in the desert. I don't know. I think I've said it before. As we age, I'm just appreciating nature more. Everything from the vegetation and the landscaping to the animals that live there. I'm like now becoming a fan of bird watching and all these things that I never cared about in my younger years. So I'm excited to see the animals and learn about the cactuses.
All right, before we need any tissues in here, let's go. The first exhibit we chose was the Earth Sciences Center and Cave, which started out in near blackness with a maze of low ceilings and tight passages. They did such a good job recreating the natural cave environment that I didn't even know it was man-made until watching this footage back and looking it up. The combination of natural and artificial light sources with the added water and cave formations were pretty impressive.
I was expecting to see a rat in here, like right there.
The cave led out into their natural mineral collection, which is boasted to be one of the finest regional collections in the entire world. We were certainly most fascinated with the fluorescent mineral light show at the end. If minerals are your jam, put this one on the list. So far, we've seen the caves and the zoo. And the caves might have been, our favorite spot so far. We don't know yet because we haven't seen it all, but going inside and seeing some of the different rocks and minerals and stalactites and stalagmites, pretty cool.
There were a bunch of kids in there. They were having a blast. It's a great place for kids to go and explore and have fun. There's lots of other points that we saw along the way. There's like 12 different attractions numbered on the map, and we've made it through about 5 of them so far. And it's a really cool setup, the way that they have this giant museum with the map points for you to just walk yourself through from start to finish so you don't miss anything.
Oh, and the zoo, which I think is maybe one of the main attractions here at the museum, is pretty cool. So it's more of like a living habitat, replica. I don't know how to explain it. It's different than a normal feeling zoo. Like I feel like we're submerged.
We're immersed into it.
Submerged
Immersed.
and immersed into the environment around us. And seeing the mountain lion was pretty cool.
The mountain lion was really cool. We saw a Mexican gray wolf. We saw vultures. It's like you'll be walking along the path and then all of a sudden you'll run into an animal that you weren't expecting. I'm super excited to see the hummingbirds. Those are later at the end, But I know there's going to be a lot of things in between that I didn't expect.
So far, we've been here for about an hour or so, and we're breezing through it kind of quickly, but not really. I think you could spend
as much time as you
could
really spend a ton of time
a good
here.
portion of the day here if you really, really wanted to, or you could breeze through it in a couple hours.
I should point out it's 68 degrees and sunny. It's beautiful. It's springtime here. Spring is the best season, I think, to come because that's when the most flowers are. There's flowers and budding all around us.
And speaking of seasons, we learned that it's not 4 seasons around here, or as some people like to think, there's only one season in the desert. Dry.
Desert season?
Yep, just dry and dusty. There's actually 5 seasons, supposedly, in this area. And right now we're in the springtime in March. But right after it is the new season, which was called dry summer.
This is exactly the kind of spot where digital cameras, like your cell phone, could be a problem because you will walk out of this place with way too many photos. We got a hot tip that on the weekends you can come see the raptor shows, which would be super cool to see live raptors in action. Now, unfortunately, it's a Tuesday for us, but that would be super cool to be here on a weekend and get to see that included in your entry price. No extra.
We're standing right next to a velociraptor, so if I show that clip and you say that there's a raptor showing, we might be misleading people, but it's the birds that they have. I'm not sure exactly which ones they are, but the birds of prey that they fly off and do some type of live demonstration, which would be really fun to see, and to see a little bit more of the animal actions. Because walking through in the middle of the daytime, a lot of animals are hiding.
And it is actually quite busy. Based on the cars in the parking lot, we thought it really wasn't too busy here, but there's a lot of people out here. So I would imagine that all of the friendly talking and the noise of our feet on the gravel does cause some animals to hide naturally. Plus it's like high sun, so they're trying to stay cool. But I'm sure that there are some out there with their eyes on us.
I can't believe it, but it truly feels like spring is here. We're now in almost the middle of March, and the solar is going crazy down here in the Southwest. I saw peaks of 2,400 watts of power.
That's crazy. Over 2,000. That's awesome.
We
are
crazy.
Officially like 1 week away from the official first day of spring. So not only does it feel like spring is here, it literally is almost here on the calendar.
So we're getting that weather that is all over the place, like 30s to 40s overnight, 80s in the daytime sometimes. So we've been really enjoying the abundance of sunshine and running everything off batteries. I mean, we're heating the water heater every day with batteries. We're doing the air fryer, the microwave. Air conditioners we're running at multiple times.
The usual suspects.
Yeah, and even the fireplace we ran a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just been great. It's like that fringe season, so this is really good for your solar systems. But what comes with spring? Allergies.
Seasonal allergies.
Whoa, and you wouldn't think the desert would be like, oh, there's a lot of plants and stuff, but as we found out in the Desert Museum, there's a lot of species of plants and flowering things, and
everything is budding. Everything is budding. Our allergies, I have year-round allergies, and I think Erin is creating some adulthood allergies as we travel, because as full-time travelers in the RV, you're continuously exposing your immune system to new ecosystems, and the allergies are just
It's not the rattlesnakes you got to watch out for. It's the cactus blooms.
Yeah, some of the days it actually made us feel like we were fighting colds, but it's just allergies.
Yeah, so weather's been great. We're excited that spring is like really here and summer's right around the corner.
Yeah, it's that time of year, as our viewers, where you start to think about creeping north.
Yeah, we are ready to get out of the Southwest here very, very soon. And after this next week, we're leaving Tucson. So that's gonna wrap it up for our time here. And we have a very special place we're gonna be going to next week, after this week.
Not this week, but next week.
We are really excited to share that one with you.
Very special. Ever wonder where the name Irene Iron Travels comes from? It's actually named after my online fitness and nutrition coaching business, Irene Iron Fitness. I help people move better, feel better, and eat better with strength training and real food. No fad diets, no harsh restrictions, no counting calories, and absolutely no processed food in a package. If you want to get stronger and feel better at any age, check the description below for the links with my new client special, or join in on our next and upcoming group challenge.